second video, we have to concentrate the case against planning. The first video we completed case for planning. Okay, do's. In short, do's and don'ts. Okay, whatever we can do through the planning, we completed in the first video. In the second video, what do not going under the planning. Okay, so the failure of market mechanism. If the failure of market mechanism invited state intervention. Okay, state intervention in the economic activities through planning. So the prime goal of the economic planning is stabilization in developed countries and growth in LDC, lower developed countries. So the prime goal, the main objectives of the planning is stabilization, sustaining in the developed countries and all, as well as the growth in lower developed countries. But the economic planning also is not free from limitations. So it may retard private initiatives, hamper freedom of choice, involve huge cost of administration, and stop the automatic adjustment of price mechanism. They should concentrate every areas under their planning. The arguments against the planning are discussed below. The first one is loss of freedom. The absence of freedom is decision making may act as an obstacle for economic growth. So if there is no freedom in decision making, that is difficult to economic growth of the country. The regulations and restrictions are the backbone of the planned economy. If they planning well in about their nation, they should maintain rules and regulations and restrictions to them. So that only the backbone of the planning economy. The economic freedom comprises freedom of consumption, freedom of choice of occupation, freedom to produce and freedom to fix prices for the products. Okay, the planning authority should concentrate all those things. What are they? Freedom of choice of occupation. They should give the freedom to choose and select their occupation, and freedom to produce the whatever they have to wish to produce, and freedom to fix their production. Whatever they produced, they have the attention toward the production to fix their prices. Under the planning, the crucial decisions are made by the central planning authority. They only taking all the decision. The consumer, producer and the workers enjoy no freedom of choice. So under their planning, there is no freedom of choice to the workers as well as the producers. Therefore, Hayek explains. Hayek is the economist. He explains in his book. What is his book? Road to Serfdom. That centralized planning leads to loss of personal freedom and ends in economic stagnation. Okay, so according to Hayek, he explained about his book Road to Serfdom. This may be asked in your 1 mark. Okay, underline it. The centralized planning leads to loss of personal freedom. They need not to give personal freedom to the producer as well as the consumer, as well as workers also. It will lead to ends economic stagnation. The decisions by the government are not always rational, but freedom to private producer will be misused. So it maybe though they are giving rational, the freedom to private producers will be misused there. Profit will be given to top priority, welfare will be relegated or neglected here. So profit motive only they are producing their production and taking profit. Under this planning, the private sectors may be misused their rules and regulations, and profit motive only they are producing their production and top priority given to the profit only. Whereas the welfare will be relegated or neglected to the producer as well as the workers and the consumers. So this is the loss of freedom while they are taking planning. The next case against planning is elimination of initiatives. Under the centralized planning, there will be no incentive for initiatives and innovations. planning follows routine procedure and may cause stagnant in the growth. The lack of incentive to the initiators and investors, what will be there? There is no growth. The stagnation will be there in the growth. Okay? The absence of initiatives may affect the progress of the growth and development. What are the ways they will affect? We will see. The absence of private ownership and profit motive discourages entrepreneur from taking bold decisions and risk taking. Absence of the centralized planning incentives to the initiators and investors. The private sector, the private ownership will get all the decision and taking all the decision about their investment and innovation, and they have to consider their profit motive, and they taking bold decision and risk taking. Attractive profit is the incentive for searching new ideas. Because of their profit only they are going towards their business, isn't it? So the attractive profit, the profit motive only they are going, I told you. For achieving their profit, they taking new ideas and innovations. So their profit is their incentive. The absence of private ownership and profit motive discourages entrepreneurs from taking bold decision and risk taking. So the absence of private ownership and profit motive discourages the entrepreneur from taking bold decision to taking or making or facing their task or risk. The only motive is profit. So attractive profit is the incentive for searching new ideas and innovation, new lines and new methods. Okay, they are going through their new ideas, new lines and new method for their profit only, because of the missing of the planning economy or planned economy. As all enjoy equal rewards under planned economy, irrespective of their effort, efficiency and productivity, nobody is interested in undertaking new and risky venture. So all are equally rewarded under the planned economy means irrespective of their effort, because of their irrespective, not concentration going through the traders and efficiency and productivity, nobody is interested toward their new risk ventures. Okay, they no need to go through the risky works, innovations, ideas, isn't it? So the producer may not show interest toward their investment and new ideas, innovation, everything. See here, the socialist countries like Russia and China and all giving offer to their business people and providing incentive to private enterprises. So through the initiation and the incentives, the private enterprises will be encouraged. Okay, this is here the central planning authority not concerned about that. This is elimination of initiatives. The next case against planning is high cost of management. Whatever the planning under the centralized government, they have to concentrate the industrialization, social justice and regional balance. So this is the main aim for increasing the industrialization and social justice and bringing regional balance. But the cost of the management of the economic affairs outweighs the benefits of the planning. For managing the planning, the cost of the planning is higher than the growth and development, whatever they determined. So plan formulation and implementation involve engagement of an army of staff for data collection and administration. So these are all lacking here. Data collection is lacking. Plan formulation and implementation involve engagement of an army of staff for data collection and administration. So data collection and administration and all very very important here, and correct data will be collected by the correct person. Then only the planning will be go smooth. As Lewis remarked, the better we try to plan, the more planners we need. If we go through the correct data, the correct planners we need. Okay, inadequate data. If the inadequate data is there, faulty estimation and improper implementation of the plan result in wastage of resources and cause either surplus or shortages. So if we are following the improper implementation of the plans, it will result wastage of the resources. Whatever we are making the decision and going under the planning, so all and all going to waste. The resources and the causes, either surplus or shortages will be there. And difficulty in advanced calculation. The prime mechanism provides for the automatic adjustment among the price and demand and supply. In the laissez-faire economy, we know that. J.B. Say also said, the prime mechanism provides the automatic adjustment among the demand and supply to determine the prices. So, the producers and consumer adjust their supply and demand based on price changes. Here, the price changes is very, very important. That only determine the demand and supply. There is no such mechanism in a planned economy. Advanced calculations in a precise manner, in a correct manner, are impossible to make decisions regarding the consumption and production. We cannot go through the precise manner. This will be come, this may be happen, like that we cannot precise. So it also very difficult to put the calculation into practice under planning. And excess supply and excess demand can also happen in the market oriented economy. The market only can determine market forces. What are the market forces? Demand and supply are the market forces. They only determine the future, what will be happen. So this will be coming under the market oriented economy. In fact, it has been happened in many explicit economies, including US. It may be happened there. The argument against the planning are mostly concerned with the centralized and totalitarian planning. The democratic planning by inducement, and decentralized planning, especially under mixed economies. We are experiencing mixed economy, that and all give equal role for the private sector and public sector. So we are giving equality to the private sector as well as the public sector. Planned economy appears to be more efficient operationally than a market economy. It should be done. Okay? If it is lacking there, what will be there? There is no growth and development. That's all. So the question is not one of the plan or no plan, but one of the type of plan. The right mix of market mechanism and state intervention in right proportion, in right time, it will promise accelerated economic growth accompanied with stability and social justice. This should be taken by the Central Planning Authority. Understood now?